This experienced physical reality is merely a reflection of that. We have the power. We just need to take it back from this level of division, apartness, can'tness, to isness, I amness. I am all that is, ever has been, and ever will be-ness. What a transformation that will make of this reality. And a part of this on a holographic level or energetic level is moving into the right brain. Not moving out of the left brain and boarding over the doors. We need that to function in this reality. But having this serve the higher reality instead of being the governor, dictating reality. And to do that, we need to start being at peace with this terrible crime of being different. If you don't want to be different, or you're not happy with expressing yourself as a unique expression of all that is, a unique point of observation within the infinite mind, then stay out of the right brain. And don't even think about transformation, because that part of us that wants not to express that uniqueness lives in there. That doesn't want uniqueness, it wants structure, conformity, rules. I like rules, I do, I love them. This wants to express uniqueness. This is me, I am free. I am a different expression of all that is. So are you, pleased to meet you. What do we say? Who are you? Oh, I'm a coal miner. Oh, I'm a journalist. Oh, I'm a 70-year-old person from Essex. No, that's what you're experiencing. Wouldn't it be great? Hello, nice to meet you. Who are you? I'm all that is, having an experience. Oh, so am I. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. How you doing? All right. That's what we are. So it's starting to let go this fear of being different, this fear of being different to the norm. Oh, what will my mother say? Or what will the mates at work say? Or what if I do? Well, I tell you what, this is my view, just my view, okay? If they, mother, father, family, people at work, blokes down the pub, can't respect your right to express the full magnitude of who you are, Sodom, mate. What's Sodom? Bloody hell. My friends, they try to make me conform. They're ever so good. Oh, really? And all this is blood's thicker than water. No! No! Their families and parents and children and all that stuff, they can have great connections and have a wonderful relationship. But just because they're parents and children and sisters and brothers doesn't mean they necessarily do that. What we call brothers and sisters and all this stuff, they're holographic projections. That's what they are on this level. We are consciousness. They are consciousness. We're all one consciousness. It doesn't mean that one consciousness is more special or in relationship to another one, and so we have to conform to that one thinks because they're our parents. Sod that. Respect me, respect you. Everyone's a winner. Tell me to live the life you want me to lead on your bike, darling. This is what it takes to move out of suppression into freedom. And you're not kind of being horrible about it and saying, oh, you know, horrible and that business. You're saying, if you can't respect my right to be who I am, then you're just going to have to move aside, because I am going to be who I am, whether you like it or not. You can respect it or you cannot respect it, support it or not respect it, but it's happening, because this is me. And it's amazing when you actually take these situations on, how other people around you actually do start to come towards you and say, okay, I'll see it. And if they don't, well, they don't, fair enough. I'll see you on another dimension, we'll talk about it. No problem. We'll have all of them vibrational beers. Free your mind. Free your mind. I found this. I only found this morning. I only put these things together finally this morning. Funny enough, I'll just keep getting ideas in my head. And I found this one. Stop making excuses. That's absolutely a brilliant point, because this is what we do. We decide that we want to do something. And then we start making excuses about why we don't do the things we need to do to achieve what we decide we want to do. So all the time we throw in little excuses in the way. Oh yeah, I'd like to do it, but the Super Bowl's on. Oh, I'd like to do it, but there's a good match on tonight. Oh, I'd like to do it, but this is happening, and so I've got to put it off and do that. Well, you know, I'd like to tell these people around me that they're not going to suppress my life anymore, and I'm going to express my full uniqueness. But what I thought is, you know, there's something coming up. I don't want to upset people, so I'll put it off. I'll do it next week. All the time we can do this. Now, we either want to be free or we don't want to be free. We're going to go for it or we're not going to go for it. Of course, there's diplomatic ways of doing it, but so often I see, and I do understand it, wanting to avoid what is necessary to achieve what people claim they want, and the excuse list just goes on and on and on and on and on. And instead of you're to blame, it's like, how can I find a situation to explain away why I'm not doing what I say I want to do? Clear your mind. This is a good one. I've done a lot of this over the years from what I used to be. You know, I have this thing which I call the deathbed experience, or the deathbed reality, even a way of putting it. You're lying on your deathbed, you've got 10 minutes to live, and you're looking back at your life. How much of what wound you up, made you unhappy, made you stressed, made your life unpleasant, you got angry about, how much of it in that deathbed experience, 10 minutes to go, actually matters? Sodding next to nothing, if that. Nothing. And it's another way that we get trapped in this out there holographic reality, which is getting attached to things that don't matter. You heard what he said about me. Oh, I'm disgusted. I'm so upset. Don't give a shit, mate. Don't give a shit. It doesn't matter. What's it matter? You know why it matters? Because you've made it matter. I think that David Icke's mad, crazy, an idiot. Thank you for sharing that with me. End of frickin' story. Write your opinion. I have a right not to be affected by it. Doesn't matter. Thinks I'm crazy? Good luck to him. Brilliant. I don't think I'm crazy. I'm not affected by that. And I don't get stressed. Oh, how can you say that to me? I'm now getting stressed. I'm getting into a low vibrational state. Why? For something that doesn't matter. If I'm lying on my deathbed, I look at all these people that have heard this abuse at me, and all these situations, I go, that was funny. What a laugh. What a laugh, really. Right? And yet at the time, you can get really caught in it. And if we clear our minds of what matters, because, again, what it is, it's moving our point of observation from this reality to the out-of-body reality, because when we're out of body, none of this crap matters. You talk to out-of-body experiences. Hey, Jill Bolte-Taylor, when she's having the stroke and went in the right brain as the prime reality. Hey, this is La La Land, it's lovely. Oh, it doesn't matter, all that stress is all gone. I haven't got that anymore. And the trick is moving that perception of the out-of-body, higher consciousness, there is no time, no sequence, all that stuff, moving that into this reality, not 10 minutes before we move out of here, but when we're in it and living it and experiencing it, because that will completely change as we move that point of observation, the way we live our life, what we can achieve, and the way we interact with reality. So much that we think matters doesn't friggin' matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, I'm in another dimension now. What was all that went on? I can't remember, mate. How are you doing? All right, I haven't seen you since you were, in Egypt. And what's it? So how are you doing now? Doesn't matter. It's just an experience. And this is the sequence that I found people seem to go to and I went through. The first stage of the opening to freedom, in its true sense, is to realize we are in a situation of slavery. Because again, making excuses, hiding from what you don't want to face. You know, it's like the greatest power over people is when you tell them something they want to hear. So if you tell them that something's happening that they don't really want to think is happening, and then someone comes along and says, load of rubbish, mate, load of rubbish. No, it's fine, honestly. You want to believe this guy because you want to believe it's fine. And so we are in denial of the situation we're in. Not people in this room, obviously, but in general, humanity is in denial because they really don't want to face it. So much better to hide it, hide away from it. Oh, no, it's a load of rubbish. The guy's mad, mate, and all that stuff. But there comes a time, if we ignore it, when it comes in our face, and then we've got to face it. And people come to that conclusion at different points. But first of all, we face the situation we're in. Okay, now we can deal with it. It's like when you're in a situation where you can see the dictator. It's not a very nice situation, but at least you're one step ahead of being in a society that's controlled by dictators you cannot see, touch, and taste, because at least you know there's something to deal with. Stage one. Stage two, choosing not to be a slave, choosing freedom, real freedom, not the illusion of freedom that we call freedom. Most people on this planet don't want bloody freedom. I meet people in the Christian movement in America. They talk about freedom, and some of them talk about this conspiracy on a 5-sense level and stuff. They don't want bloody freedom. You know, I met one once in Tucson. I was talking to him about how what happened to the Native Americans and all that stuff, and we're going on, and this guy is such a white supremacist, it's unbelievable. And I said to him, do you know, and you know, we were talking at an anti-Illuminati bloody rally, right? And I said to him, look, mate, I don't know who terrifies me more at the thought of being in power, the people I'm trying to expose, or you who's trying to expose them as well. They don't want freedom. They want the freedom to replace an imposition they don't like with an imposition that they do like, their own belief system. Crikey, I've been, harangued by Christian people in America so often because I'm talking about Jesus and stuff and the Son God. Well, okay, don't accept it then. You believe that, I'll believe this. We'll have a beer, forget about it. No, must impose myself. You're not interested in freedom. So when we choose freedom, it's real freedom. And freedom, funnily enough, is not the freedom for us to do what we like at the expense of other people. It's the freedom of everyone to have the same rights as us. Freedom is not freedom for us to take the freedom to impose on others. It's accepting the freedom of others the same as we expect the freedom for ourselves. So, when we talk about banning freedom of speech, no one is against freedom of speech. It's like being against, wife violence.